Hello and welcome back to Community Storytelling. I'm Lissa Kreisler, and I have such a fabulous guest to introduce you to today. You know, every single story we've shared has been fabulous. Everyone is different. And this one, I don't know, it just gets to me, and I know it's going to get to you too. It is called Lighting for Literacy, and this fabulous woman next to me with this wonderful smile is Christina Enneking. And Christina, where do we begin? Why don't you just tell us what Lighting for Literacy is?
It is an amazing organization, and what I love about it is it creates this opportunity for children to have the gift of education and have things come full circle. And what I mean by that is this. Middle schools in the Saratoga and Los Gatos area are building solar lights, and so it's the circuit boards, it's the breaker boxes, and it's all of the cabling to be able to install an LED light in homes where people live off the grid. And from my perspective, I'm able to take groups to developing countries to go and meet the families that are receiving these lights. And so we have an opportunity to give the gift of light to families who have never had light in their homes. And it is amazing.
And they pick up books because we got literacy in there. So the lights go on at night and the books open. And maybe it's school homework or whatever. Now, you're going, I don't think it's local, right? We're talking about the 1.5 billion people in places like India and Nicaragua and Costa Rica.
Yes.
And where else?
So we started in 2014 in Malawi, Africa. And these lights have also gone to Colonat, Mexico. So this is how it first began. But Malawi, Africa was one of the first ultra-poverty communities where we were able to bring these lights. And we brought over 5, and it was putting them into the schools there and the health clinic. And what's so interesting about this particular installation was when we installed them in the schools, there was a schoolmaster there, her name was Jane, and she was describing to us how they would have maybe 200 to 225 students who would come to school. And at the end, they would graduate about 20, and that's it. And this was grades 1 through 8, so secondary school was very much an anomaly. Kids were pulled to go and work in the fields, they were pulled to raise families, and what we saw was the ability of light to happen. And she had a light bulb moment where she said, I can start an adult literacy program, and this will allow the parents to understand the value of reading and literacy, and so therefore we can have these kids stay in school longer. So we just got back from Nepal, India, on the border, and she sent me a note, and she said, by the way, we just graduated 20. And there were 18 to 20 before, 4 were girls. These 20 were the girls that graduated.
So to set the picture, because I saw your video, and you will all get to see this video because we're going to attach it to your interview. It is the most inspiring 5.5 minutes I have seen. So you're going to these homes, if you want to call them. They're not our homes. They're shacks or whatever, makeshift homes.
Yes.
And I think they either have candles or kerosene lanterns.
Yes.
And they try to save on that. So at night, there's no light outside, there's no light inside. And you just kind of huddle and you go to sleep and that's it. And you have these boxes. I mean, it's amazing to think what these boxes do.
Yes.
You like attach these boxes to a wall and they have light at night and the happiness on their faces.
Yes.
It's amazing.
It is amazing. You know, we had one family in Nicaragua where we installed the light, and it's a little box and it's connected. It's a very simple unit, but there is a lot of simplicity that just offers the opportunity for it to work without a lot of maintenance as well, which is fabulous. And so there's an LED strip that goes on the top of their ceiling, and that's where the light comes from. Well, as we were talking to this family, the gentleman, Jose, was 59, his wife, Juanita, 57, never had light in their home, their lifetimes. And as soon as the light went on, they looked up, and they're always caught in a moment of awe, like, light. And then they said, you know, we can have family dinner together. And it was just this ability to have community. And then the little boy said, and guess what, Dad? The snakes that come into our home, we'll get to see where they are.
Oh, that's a good thing. And the spiders too. And throw in the mice and the rats. Why not, huh?
Yes.
Oh my goodness. It's just amazing, something we take for granted. And what is so wonderful is it got its start right here with some of our fabulous STEM kids at Fisher Middle School. I think Hillbrook's involved.
Yes, exactly right. You know, really the Lighting for Literacy organization that was founded by Doug McNeil and Jess Salem, it was their brainchild. And They had come back from, I think it was a trip to Colonet, Mexico, and they had seen the conditions, and they said, I bet we can figure out how to create light. And literally with the things in their garage, they started to put together and configured the first unit. And now we've learned over years, and we actually include a little cigarette lighter in there so that there's a USB port, so that many of these communities, they have cell phones, but they have no way to charge them. So this allows them also to be really connected in the community. And so I'm Facebook friends with so many of these people all over the world, and it's just incredible.
What a feeling. You mentioned Doug McNeil,
Yes.
Who happens to be a Facebook friend of mine. What a dear man. And he was the co-founder of this.
Yes.
And he was nominated to be sitting in that chair. And the next thing I know, he nominated you, so you're it. But we got to talk about Doug. What a
amazing.
fabulous man.
He is amazing. Doug is one of the most compassionate, kind, and just considerate individuals that I have really met. And what's interesting is when we were going to Malawi, Africa, he and I hadn't met but 2 to 3 weeks before we left. It was a yoga retreat, and what was so interesting is the principal of Dave's Avenue had said, Christina, you're going to Africa, right? You've got to meet Doug. Like, he's an incredible person. This was at a Project Cornerstone breakfast where we were both volunteers. And so we met and we talked to each other, and he was talking about these lights, and he said, if you want to take some to Africa, we'd be more than happy to donate that, and we'll just have to teach you how to install them. And so we did just that. And Doug stuck with us every moment. He taught us, we told stories, and every time we met, there was just this glimmer of light that would come out, not only from one another's eyes, but from this deep place in the heart. And so Doug is just one of those that speaks from that place, and I'm so grateful that we're partners.
Who is funding all this?
It's funded by private sponsors, corporate sponsors as well. The STEM program is actually oftentimes part of the sponsorship as well. So it's really done by the community.
And I think we got to mention Los Gatos Morning Rotary too, because
Yes.
I saw their name come up on that video.
They're a big part of the funding.
It's just
that goes into
fabulous
this.
to do something for underprivileged people who are so happy to have it and so grateful. I
Yes.
can't even imagine.
It's amazing. And what's interesting is there are people from our community that are going on these installations. It's not just me. It's a group of 15 to 20 people typically that live in our Los Gatos area. And it's the whole village effect. A village
That's
is going,
right.
we're immersing, we're meeting people. It's not a matter of handouts. It's a matter of tell us more about a day in your life and how can light help feed your hopes. And that's exactly what we end up doing. It's a seed that's planted. We're so grateful to be part of it.
It just makes you think what we do with light every day and every night. I mean, I sadly keep my lights on more than I should.
It's a precious resource.
It
We're
is
so
a
lucky
precious
to have it.
resource. And these people, wait till you see that video, because their faces, when the light goes, when the box goes in and you turn the switch, the smiles
Yes.
are priceless.
It's amazing. It really is.
Oh, so great having you today.
Thank you.
And Doug McNeil, we'll have you in here too.
Yes,
Because we
he's
love
gotta
you
come
too for
back.
what you're doing. And I know as soon as everybody sees the video, they're going to want to help. And how can they help Lighting for Literacy?
So there's an organization, lightingforliteracy.org.
Great.
And so there's an opportunity for people to go and donate there. And there's also an opportunity for people to friend Doug McNeil or Christina Enneking, and we can certainly tell more. We have our next retreat that's happening to the Sacred Valley in Peru next year.
Unbelievable.
Yes.
We're going to stay in touch, okay?
I love that.
Let us know how we can help you.
Thank you,
That's just
Lisa.
fabulous.
Thank
What a
you.
story. What a story. Everybody has a story. What's yours? It's just wonderful. That's why we love community storytelling here in Los Gatos and Montecito, because you people do so much. And I'm so glad we get to share it right here at KCAT TV 15.
arrows, safe inside the clear blue sky of another storm, moving in and out of time, in and out of the circle of life. We are children of the angels, keepers of the fire. We are children of the angels, reaching for the light. We are not strangers, we are all brothers. I know we came here to love each other, here in the circle of light. Each one thinks he has the answer. Each one believes that he can see the way, the only one. But the truth lies waiting, and was always waiting, like a love, a peaceful dove, right there inside your soul, from another place and time, moving into the circle of life. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine.
All right. One, two, three.
Flip the switch.
Wow!
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, we have light. Thank you.
How about that?
Very much. Thank you very much. I'm very very happy. क्योंकि हम लोग नंगा बत्ती जो तेल वाले केरोसिन वाले बत्ती से हम गुजारा करते थे, इसलिए सबसे बढ़िया हमें खुशी है आप लोगों की जो वॉलंटियर टीम से आप लोगों का बहुत बहुत शुक्रगुजार हूँ। हमें बिल्कुल आप लोगों की जो हेल्प की हमें कई ज़िंदगी में जब तक डेथ नहीं होगा तब तक हम बिल्कुल याद करेंगे।
हम भी आपके शुक्रगुजार हैं, हमें ये मौका मिला कि हम ये आपको दे
बहुत
सकें।
बहुत धन्यवाद।
So he says getting light is like giving an eye to a blind person. He will never forget what you guys did for me and he will be forever grateful throughout his life.